Let's talk Georgia recruiting, and we're here to break some big news. This weekend, already know it's going to be a big visit weekend in Athens, but it just got much bigger.
Ooh.
Quarterback Julian Lewis is expected to make a visit for Saturday's game against Tennessee. I got Rusty Mansell here from Dogs HQ. We're going to break it all down, but first, Georgia fans, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. We are talking Julian Lewis. Big news. Jump on board, hit subscribe. All right, Rusty. It's been buzzing. It's been buzzing.
So
all week, you guys have been adding big names to this visitor list, but now it's quarterback Julian Lewis. What's going on here?
I told you on that other videos there's some stuff going on there, but I thought I was through covering Juju Lewis. I thought I was going to cover him for high school football and Carrollton and the run their own, but this is obviously, you don't dance around. This is a big deal. Now, what is actually going on here behind the scenes? I know Colorado is taking a lot of momentum, and I feel like Colorado right now behind the scenes is the team to beat. If you're Georgia, if you're Juju Lewis, there's 3 weeks left. He comes to campus. You probably have a conversation and go, where are you at? What's going on here? Because I do know this, and Josh, you can back me up on this. Juju Lewis at one time really wanted to be at Georgia. He really wanted to be at Georgia at one time. Then he reclassed. Some things changed. It was a lot different. Kind of the whole process kind of went different. But I know for a fact that Juju Lewis grew up really rooting for Georgia. So this is a big deal. It's also a big game. You know what I mean? You want to go to a big game environment. But I do think with this, you sit down. If I'm Kirby Smart, if I'm Mike Bobo, you're taking 2 in this class. You go, okay, Juju, where are you at? What's going on? And what's the thing? And Juju probably has questions for them too. So it's wild, man. 3 weeks to go, and you see this guy pop up for a home game.
Yeah, so when it comes to quarterback recruiting, let's talk to Georgia fans because we know Ryan Montgomery is in the boat. He's solidly committed. He's going to stay that way. But the Dogs are definitely looking to take 2. We know that Jerron Key Sagapumatelli, who's committed to Cal, is also going to be on campus this weekend. So where do you put – what's the priority right now on Julian Lewis? Do you feel like, and I know because we're 3 weeks from signing day, so are they just kicking the tires here, or is this full go?
I mean, I think there's got to be a conversation at some point, like, hey, because it's
getting down to it.
It's get down to it. Like, if Juju Lewis looks at Georgia and says, hey, I really want to be here, let's make this thing work. I don't know that Kirby Smart and those guys would say no to that. You know what I mean? But is he just going to see a big game and hang out with some people, or is Juju Lewis going to Georgia to have one last conversation with Kirby Smart? And is Kirby Smart bringing Juju Lewis in to have one last conversation with him? Because this might be the last time those two are face-to-face before pen hits the paper.
It could be. I mean, but technically, Georgia has an official visit. Still to use with Julian Lewis. But I don't know if they would need to.
I know. He's been there enough.
He's been there enough. He's so close. Why do you, so, but you're right. This could be the final time that Julian Lewis is in front of that Georgia staff. We're going to just have to see how this all plays out. Where do you put him and Jerron Sagapatelli? Do you think Jerron is maybe a little bit higher on the board? They offered him a couple weeks ago. I
don't know that's the case. I don't know that Georgia thought that maybe Juju Lewis was in play. And maybe he called and said, hey, if y'all are really taking a 25, I see these offers. It looks like things kind of unfolded with USC behind the scenes, reading our guys and what's going on out there. Maybe Juju's thinking, you know what, I better sit down with Georgia one last time and see where this thing is.
Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, coming out of this weekend, we know right now he's trending to Colorado.
Yes.
Expert picks rolling in. Chad Simmons, Steve Wiltfong, they both dropped their picks on Monday night for Julian Lewis to flip. Eventually, they didn't say when. They didn't put a date on this.
Or to sign with Colorado.
To sign with Colorado. Now we got 3 weeks to go.
They didn't have this information.
They did not at the time know that Julian Lewis planned to pop up.
They get paid the big bucks to make those picks.
So, Georgia fans, talk to us. This is exciting news. Julian Lewis on campus. Is he a top priority? Do you think that Georgia will flip him? Let us know. Comment section below.